Welcome back to live action from Windmill Tournament 2022. We've got another women's division matchup for you. Scram from the UK playing Panthers from Wrocław in Poland. As they're starting up with a deep shot, players underneath it, and what a grab from the Scram side, putting it into the end zone. Hilary Humes on that grab. Beautiful start for the UK side.
Nicely done, nicely done. So we've seen Scram on stream before, not this weekend, but I think the last time they appeared on stream was UK Nationals last year. So no strangers to the cameras. They are teams going to Worlds.
They are going to Worlds?
They are going to Worlds, yeah.
Nice.
A lot of, I think it's like 5 women's teams from the UK.
Yeah, I heard that.
Going to Worlds. Scram taking the 5th spot, I believe.
Exciting for them.
Yeah, well into their prep.
So thank you for joining us here. I'm Christina Obermeyer for Luke Burgess.
Yes.
We're giving you that last game of the day, I believe. Live action from Windmill. Panthers were supposed to go to Worlds as well, as I believe, but then they decided that Cincinnati would be over their price range.
Oh, it's so
could not
expensive.
afford it, which
Yeah.
is a pity because they're an up-and-coming team who've put in so much work recently. Look at that shot, beautiful, into space. And now they're just right in front of their end zone as well. Resetting. Over to the other side of the field, and she's just not in yet. Back into the middle. Oh, and putting it into space for nobody. Oh, but someone runs under it, and that works. For the 1-1.
Nicely done.
Evening it out is Panthers from Wrocław.
Yeah, nice lead pass to open up that possession, and then calm end zone offense to convert. Good stuff. Yeah, I think part of the reason that Scram is going to World is because a lot of European teams have opted
bids.
not to. Yeah,
Opted
they got bids and then declined them for completely understandable, mostly price-related reasons.
Yeah, that makes sense. Going to Cincinnati is fine for once. Going to Cincinnati twice, I don't know
Stuff. Anyway, I will leave you in the capable hands of Corey. I will see you all tomorrow.
Corey so straight back on the stream with me. How have you been today, Corey?
Been great, even better now. Big shout out to Luke, they let me go to the bathroom, so that was amazing. As you see now, looks like I jumped into a great game with the Panthers and Scram, and Panthers chucking it down deep and getting a score here.
Paulina Duhl with the poach off defense and putting it into the end zone as well. Duhl is a player that actually picking up with a different team to go to Worlds. She's playing with Cusp Shout, the Italian women's team. And I believe she's also played on the Eurostar, so she's definitely a player to watch on that Panthers team. So that's an early break for Panthers here. Immediately picks up that disc and puts it into space. Look at that, getting high, beautiful.
Really high point of that disc right there. And the disc looks like it's up, and Scram are gonna scramble along. Boyd throws it up. And it is a chuck downfield. It is a score for Scram.
Yeah, beautiful shot. 2 receivers in the area. 2 defenders as well, but only 1 Scram player ending up with the disc in her hands.
And even then, it looked like maybe 2 to 3 passes from Scram before they got the score. And sometimes, like you said, too, kind of recently, last game, that's all. Sometimes that's the best way to get it. Get the disc quick out of your hand, see the matchups, like the matchups, and then chuck it on deep.
So I went to the Cusp Academy last summer, and what they taught us there was that the fewer passes you need to complete a point, the higher the probability is that you actually complete it in one go. As soon as you get at a certain number of passes on that field, the probability of you turning it over just increases massively. And that makes a lot of sense.
I agree with you there. I mean, just especially when you can see teams that throw zones and make more passes happen, that's just more time for errors of something going wrong to get into the head. So the faster you can quick it out, or get it out, excuse me, and get the score, I think the better. I think they're teaching you right over there. Or taught you right, I should say.
They definitely are. They know their stuff.
As also Cub Shout won the Italian championships last weekend. And we see here the Panthers trying to see if they can move it up. I believe it looks like a zone here from them.
Nifty shot and over the top. Well caught by the Panthers player. Now going for the quick, easy passes and the hammer over the top. Making quick work of that zone into the end zone.
For the score, the Panthers made that. They crumbled the zone once they swung the disc over to the other side and then just facilitate the disc upwards, making it easier to get up there. As we see here, Nick has just provided us a roster for Scram there. And we also see, look, eating some fries here too. Fries are great. Vibes are great. Couldn't ask for much better. And they're cold too.
So Panthers making quick work of the zone, but using throws that this zone probably wants them to use. Over the top, the blades. They're just really comfortable collecting those. Opening up and slicing through that zone for that matter. You can see Polina Dool with the disc in her hand, ready to pull.
And we saw earlier today too, we saw the Panthers Open Division team playing, and now we get to see the Women's Division playing. So it's going to be a great mix. Both teams are bringing the fire. Again, Panthers up 3-2.
With one break. Full break. Scram now. Looking for options. Nice grab there by Trim. Putting it out into the field. Going for a reset. And sending it deep.
And that is a score for Scram to tie the score up at 3-3. They keep going, battling back and forth.
Yeah, it seems like no team can push the other in terms of defensive pressure. Not far enough to create chaos or turns so far. Panthers made it once, but just on an arrow. Unforced arrow, rather.
Both teams are very cautious with the disc, using the full extensions of their bodies to catch, as we see there from number 34, Katie Trim. And then as we wait here, just an excellent pass. Lulu Boyd, first score, the assist. And then what counts when it matters there. Scram from Scotland. Panthers from Poland. Some alliteration there too.
Wow, didn't even catch that before. True.
Hashtag facts.
Colfer putting that disc into play, thinking about the deep shot, but working it with fewer shots rather. Disc over the top. Switching the sides now. Null.
You see here Scram giving another zone. It looks like once they start getting them pinned on that, I guess, boundary line is once they facilitate it more. Giving some space, a little bit of cushion to the handlers. And the Panthers are breaking out of it as well too.
A beautiful give and goes there. And now the deep shot goes up, but there's a scrambler underneath it who smacks that disc down.
Alex Italy just using her full frame there, reaching up and just spinning the disc around her fingers to slam it down. That was great work. Because honestly, I thought a little bit it might have been just above her, but oh my gosh, you could see all of her height used there. Amazing stuff. We see Hannah Schmidt touch the disc in. Vicky Jones looking around. Looks like a foul called.
On that mark.
And is uncontested.
Discussion on the field about that foul call. Still is at 0. Because that was an uncontested foul.
Jones looking around.
Nifty inside shot there.
Fozar goes it deep to Shimp, and it is dropped.
No. The disc in her hands again. Not a lot of pressure on those small passes. They're using them really well, our opponent. Bubbled but caught as they're walking down the field.
So we see they're kind of slicing and dicing right now through Scram with these short passes, as you said. Zoza is waiting. It goes up the line, but it's right behind. And number 47, Hannah Schmidt, gets the D there.
She wanted to put that out into space, but released it just a second too late. And the disc. It's too much angle on there.
Fozar just slings it down deep to Italy, and let's see if she can use her frame again to get there. But it might be an injury. But it's a foul call, I should say.
Yeah, she seems to be fine.
As we see here, players of both teams contested foul anyway. Looks like they've already resolved it, but we have both teams coming and watching the VAR system again being used. Players gathered up. It's really cool to see. Great shot there in the slow-mo. But as a contested foul, it is sent back anyway. And Tanya Fozard has the disc and sends it up, and it is turned.
You know, there's a saying, disc doesn't lie, sometimes. That's true. Sometimes it's not. In this instance, might be.
I'll let them be the judge of that one as Zoza gets the disc. Knoll passes it back. Zoza has it.
Beautiful inside shot.
It was remarkable.
Off the line there into the end zone. Beautiful flow by Panthers. We just it looked so easy.
really does. And Zouza right there catching the score to put the Panthers up 4-3 after a contested foul call and then also a throwaway from Scram. Working along that boundary. Looks like, to me at least, the Panthers like to have it close on that boundary, then switch it over to the other boundary and work up the way.
Yeah, they're doing a great job at switching field positions, not cramming it into a cram hole, like as Stefan Rapazza would say, but really using the width and using open players, trusting everyone on that team as well. You can definitely see that.
As we have the wind coming in, some gust fueling the pitch, giving some upwind throws, hard decisions and some downwind throws, some guidance. Sometimes too much guidance here.
There's that pull.
Having
It's guided out of bounds.
I was about to say a little too much guidance there as we see it go to the brick. As we see Lulu Boyd, one of the center handlers for the Scram team.
Already directing traffic as they're set up in a zone.
It doesn't matter, takes it down deep. And it is a catch for Scram, throwing it deep out of there for the score, ties it up 4-4. I love the little dance and celebrations after every catch, too. That's amazing.
It's good energy for sure, that Scram side. That was a covered shot, though. I mean, a beautiful shot, but hard to read, and Paulina Dul was right there. But if it works, why not use that? Look at that. Just putting it out into space. And Paulina Dul is just there as well. Just oh, also tips it. Sticky fingers.
As we see here, Panthers players are ready to line up. They're ready to go. Scram still calling up the line, but they're getting set up as well too.
I love that all of them are kneeling on the field, trying to hear what they're calling for defense, so that they can support their teammates. I guess that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Alex Italy getting ready to throw. Chucks it. And it goes just about the brick mark for the Panthers. So Leatrick picks up the disc for the Panthers. And it looks like Zoza drops the disc, maybe a doink and a break as Boyd throws it into the end zone for Scram to go up 5-4.
It was a beautiful throw into space. Great recognition there for Scram. Using the bit of anger that the Panthers player had after not catching that disc to her advantage, putting that disc in.
We see a replay here of the doink. Just looks like maybe...
Did she get a hand on there?
I don't know. I don't think so. It looks like maybe it was just a miscalculation, thinking about what's coming after the catch.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter for Scram. They're going to take it either way. And they convert the break. Now we see both players on knees. Maybe they heard you, Christina.
They might have been doing it all along. I just noticed it for the first time now.
As we see the score 5-4 over there. And our volunteer with the umbrella. It is hot. Some might say scorching. A little bit windy here and there. Picks up. You have peaks of gust and lows of faintness. As a gusty pull comes down the field now. And it hits just about the brick mark for Panthers. Zoza takes this one back. There's Doroba. Doroba again. No, throws it deep. Doroba trying to get it again, and she does. She scours for options. Palma throws it to Doroba. Who else at this point? And Doroba making this one herself, touching the disc. Every other touch, it seems like. Every other throw is going to her. And that's an important conversion for the Panthers to go 5-5.
You can see she's taking control here, as she didn't have, she could win that individual matchup against her defensive player, taking control at that point and putting it in for Panthers. Look at that put.
I'll say Null just throwing a beauty out there to Dorora.
And so much space, she's got time to collect it easily. Panthers running behind. Point now. Do you think they'll come up in another, come out in another zone?
That is a great question.
Thank you.
You know, I honestly don't know. If I was a gambling man, I might say match this time. Wind's dying down just a bit. Looks like Scram likes to chuck it down deep too. But we'll see.
So matchup it straight up. That'd be my call.
As we see here too, between the throws, they are bouncing it up and down. Fozard has the disc, throws it across the field, and it looks like Italy gets it, and it is converted 6-5 Scram. And just along those lines, they kind of demolished the match defense at this point.
Sounds like from what we heard from the sidelines that they were playing forcing middle. And that's what Scram did, put it through the middle. Use that space perfectly.
Take what you can get there, especially if they give you the windows in the middle. As you see here, Scram, like you said, moved it perfectly along those lines. And then just letting it fly middle.
Beautiful shot into space. No chance for the defender to get there.
No shot at all. In this beautiful shot, I can even see my tent for the weekend here. Pretty sweet. Nope, actually I lied, that's not my tent. I'm over there. We're over there, I should say. Now we wait the outcome of the next point to see who takes it. Can the Panthers convert it to tie it 6-6, or can Scram make it 7-5 with a break?
You can just see us there, crumbled up with all the Polish players.
Noel takes the disc.
Wanting some shade.
Sleecher trying to make a decision here. And it is a turn for Scram.
That was a no-look reset. Not advisable. I would recommend not to do that.
We see Boyd throws a score aside, and that is a break for Scram to go 7-5. And it is a timeout from the Panthers now.
Yeah, that's a good call. To get him broken like that. That's the second time one of those easy resets does not work, and instead of getting that disc back and putting in all the effort, they only need 2 to 3 passes to get that disc into the end zone.
And while this timeout happens, we are going to send you to a timeout video from our Alti crew.
He's in a great spot. He's in a perfect spot. Yes, his massive head has blocked everything. That was a huge play, but we have seen none of it. Finney, he's done it.
And we are back after the respect the 3 line. And as you see there, our beautiful sign, not sponsored by us, sponsored by Windmill. We heart Alti TV, we heart Universe, we heart trains, we heart bananas. It was our slogan from last week at the Swiss Federation National Championships. And put potatoes in the chat. That's what our slogan was. But if you want to put potatoes in this chat too, we won't deny it, you know. Come join us here. Say where you're from, all that good stuff. Come engage. We have a fabulous game here with Scram 7, Panthers 5, and we're just loving life.
Yes, we are. Especially in the shade, watching some frisbee. Do you know the best thing about it?
Fries?
No, it's not over. It's the last slot of the day, but it's not over. There's more action to come tomorrow and on Sunday. And if you want to get us to your event or help us streaming more and more frisbee live, think about becoming a patron. No, not think about it. Become a patron. Help us out. Give us 3-4 euros, more if you can. It's not a lot, but it helps us tons to bring you great quality coverage. So, yep, do me this favor, Persona 1.
We see here Panthers coming up. Jack, we had a potato in the chat. The sign worked. Big shouts out to AB. And we see Zuza throws the disc up. Panthers trying to facilitate it. Nul with the disc in her hands. Looking around. Zozia has it. Back to Nul. And it looks like to me the Panthers are trying to facilitate to Nul here. Doroba has the disc. And they're just moving it up the line here, the Panthers. Almost at will. Nul. Zozia. And it's dropped.
She already thought about throwing that disc on. And that's another reset error on the Panthers side.
We see an opportunity for Scram to convert a break to go into half 8-5 as they are moving the disc around halfway too. Holmes looking around. Disc floats. The Shroom throws it up line.
Overshoots on that pass. Just too happy to be near the end zone.
In an underwhelming conclusion to that turn as the Panthers have another opportunity to seize the hold. Told you that the source over there at the other field coming in handy. Zuza throws it in the middle. Zozia has the disc. Vera, Zozia. And it looks like a miscommunication there as they weren't where to. Looks like Doroba just took her eyes off of it.
She shot her rather than got that disc to her. See her. A miscommunication, but she didn't even look anymore. And that's another red zone opportunity for Scram, who are faking wildly to get that reset off.
An up line by Todd into the end zone for Italy as we see her score another one, and that is half at 8-5 Scram, excuse me. Panthers might be a little shook up here, but Scram are not scramming along. They're very confident in their abilities.
They're going to take a break. As we see that last point one more time. We're going to take a break as well as they regroup and hopefully come back in the second half. Go get yourself a fresh drink and meet us back after that.
He's in a great spot. He's in a perfect spot. Yes, his massive head has blocked everything. That was a huge play, but we have seen none of it. Finny, he's done it. He's in a great spot. He's in a perfect spot. Yes, his massive head has blocked everything. That was a huge play, but we have seen none of it. Finny, he's done it.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, Ultimate TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our work
work
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
And we are back here in sunny Windmill, Amsterdam in the Netherlands for the second half of the women's division game. Panthers versus Scram. Scram have taken the lead 8-5 to start the first half. Again, a back and forth battle between the Panthers and Scram. Scram taking a break early on and continuing to roll on through. And now we can see if the conclusion happens with Scram coming back and just overtaking, or can the Panthers rattle off some points here. Again, we are happy you are joining us here. And so we see here too, we are just getting ready to go. Again, shouts out to the potatoes in the chats. Shouts out to everybody watching us here. We're all having a party.
Are we? Is that what a party looks like?
A soiree, some might say.
Party's later tonight or tomorrow, and tomorrow, on my dad.
And the next day.
Sunday night party. Really?
It's Father's Day in the U.S. Shouts out to my dad.
Is he watching?
No. He'll probably watch later. Anyway, we see the Panthers start off the second half. Throwing the disc up. If Felix is here, that might be a nice example of dribbling.
Foul is called as a Scram player who just jumps right in there.
But it picks up right where we left off here.
Alina Doolin with the disc in her hand, looking for an option. Can't see the reset right behind her, although she's very open. But it looks like a zone setup from Scram. Just right in their faces.
Zozdia. It is up, and it is caught, and then it is down as the Panthers stop the bleeding to get it to 8-6.
Yeah, they came out firing, took the open options, and scored. Easy as that. See that replay again. High grab for Dool.
And we see a wild Mike. Mike, how you feeling? How you feeling? He's feeling good.
That's great.
It's a great day out here.
Good to hear. Well, who wouldn't feel good with that? Sunny weather, standing in the shade, watching some frisbee. Hopefully getting paid because all of you are patrons by now. Quick reminder to check out our website.
Plug it.
Let's get it.
Support our cause. Support our adventure. The journey you can have with us here. As we see the Panthers chuck it down deep to Scram. Shoof. See, Todd has a cannon, and she can use it as she throws it up. Is it going to get there? It looked like it might have been taken, but it's a drop, and it's a turn for Scram. Panthers have an opportunity for a break here, and they're going to try to use it. But that disc is caught.
What a grab. And doing there and chucking it deep right away to a very open player. So many players underneath it, and it's bubbled and out the back.
Number 2, Isa, just looks like she has her eyes on the disc, and we all thought it was going to complete. You hear the ahs on the sideline just from that. But let's take it back to this layout grab here by Vidra. That was amazing. Wow.
Clap catching it as well.
Such athleticism.
Feet up in the air. And a leading pass for Scram.
Vicky Jones looking for options here. seeing if there's anything open. Panthers playing tight defense, and it is a throw. It looks like it was intended for Fowler, but Panthers pick up and start quickly.
Polina Duel surveying the field, putting that disc out to space. Very free player here. And up the line shot, it's hanging for a long time, but a miscommunication there. Wanchka. Putting it out of reach. And that's another offensive opportunity for Scram.
This is Zoe Todd walking up to the disc. She throws it along. They're in Cal territory, but now they turn the disc around the red zone. A great opportunity here. Drizia throws it deep, but it's caught by Todd.
Many people underneath it, but Todd comes up with it. Puts the disc out into space.
It's back to Jones. Jones tosses it up to Vozard. Vozard instructing, and it goes right through Todd's hands.
Asking for that disc on the comeback cut and down, just in and out of her hands. Another opportunity for Panthers, but that's also making yards.
So now Scram has it about the halfway line after a grind point here. Multiple turns in various positions. Fozard throws it up the line. Jones throws it up. But Vidra's there to knock it down. And they take it quickly, the Panthers, as they have a long way to go. And a timeout, a well-deserved timeout for both teams as this grind point is continuing on.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch,
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe. Ultimate TV, the best in the world.
Become a member
and
and fund our
work
work.
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the ultimate world.
As we see here now, we're using the VAR system. It was confirmed out of bounds by the players on the field, and that's the only opinion that matters. The Panthers are working it in. And Todd snags it out of the air and scores it. Wow, throws it to Shrimp. And that is Scram going up.
Up by 3.
And the score now, Scram 9, Panthers 6.
Beautiful shot there from Scram, just keeping composure and getting back that disc time and time again. You know, Panthers wanted to go to Worlds, or said that earlier. They would have gotten a spot since they're Polish champions as well. And their goal was actually pretty ambitious. They wanted to go be in the top 16.
It's a good goal to have, and it's a good chance to start when you are the Polish champions.
Definitely. But then they decided not to go, or couldn't go, which is a pity. So yeah, I bet their focus is the European season. Whereas Scram is, as we heard before in the stream, going to Worlds. So they not only have 1 but 2 goals. Getting a good position at Worlds and also UK Nats.
And for right now, they need 3 goals to catch up to get it 9-9. And they're going to start here on offense. Noel chucks it between 2 defenders, but might not have been the best decision as Boyd comes up with it. Boyd throws up to Whittley. Whittley chucks it deep. Looks like it's fading right, but it's caught regardless, and it is a score. Scram break to make it 10-6.
What a grab. Trailing edge. Throw there. But just so much space for her to just get that disc. Overthrowing her receiver. Immediately looking the other way, putting the disc into play, and then just hucking it. Huck seems like it's not supposed to be happening in that side of the field. But it works.
Maybe did a little dance, a little lean into the right, but it leaned into our hands, and that's all that matters for Scram. They're up 10-6, and it's slowly starting to pull away for the Panthers. They're going to see if they can right the ship here, the Polish champions. But again, due to the Swiss draw, this brings up great competition between teams that are evenly matched. And as we see here, a pretty sizable matchup we've had so far. Might just be leaning a little bit one way, but still great regardless. And we appreciate you being here with us. Scram throwing it to about the brick of the Panthers. Panthers are ready to get it rolling. Zozia, Doroba. Doroba throws it up. Paladina Duel throws it down. Kazi, is he gonna get there? Is he gonna get there? He's gonna get there, he's get there. He got there. And that is 7 for the Panthers to Scram 10. That is a much needed hold there for them to right the ship.
And a quick one at that. It was just a 2 passes to get that goal. As I was just looking at the ranking in the women's division, Panthers and Scram are right now 7th and 8th placed, respectively.
With Scram being at 7 and Panthers being at 8.
Sizable difference between them. Prima donna girls from the US.
Shouts out to the US people.
Leading the women's division now.
Great to see fellow Americans here enjoying what Windmill has to offer. Also Amsterdam, and also listening to us on Alti TV. But it's also great to see everyone else from every other part of the world here as well, joining us on our journey, making it our journey, not just our journey. We're just getting ready to go here, hands in the air. Not for dancing though, it's for playing. They're getting set up. Boyd with the disc, fakes it, and it gets smacked by Zozia. She's been all over the place today.
Heads up defense. Now putting the disc into play.
Duel now with the disc. Hands it back to Zozia. Rezia scans. Throws up to Zuza. Zuza across the field here, and it is completed to Duel. Duel with a hand, Scooby, and it looks like it might have been a strip.
Yeah, strip is called. What a bold move to throw Scuba in there.
Doroba there at the intended receiver, as we see a VAR call from the sidelines players just watching it too with us.
Surveying the field, putting in that Scuba. It's hard to say. Everyone's gathering up here again from the VAR. See another look here.
You see here they're asking what the VAR thinks. I might have to put on my zebra clothes and point out, see what we got. The stripes.
It's close, very close, definitely. The sun not doing us a favor either.
And they called it a goal, a strip. Regardless, Panthers score 8-10. Maybe.
Still discussing it. Apparently not.
Actually, no. I think we take that back.
Turnover. Oh, I'm not so sure. So she called a foul, not a strip. Which means she will get the disc at the end zone line.
For an
and have
uncontested foul, yeah.
Have to punch it in. And that's what they do. So this is now 8-10 for Scram.
Looks like we called it a little preemptively there. Regardless, Panthers are going to take it. Strip or foul, we'll let you decide. We saw that, AB. You can't unsend your message. We saw that said strip. Anyway. Again, we'll see it now once more.
Debatable. But that's the cool thing about Frisbee as well. Players have to talk about it and find a conclusion. And if they don't agree, they can just send it back. Nearly what happened, since they didn't rule it a goal, but had to put it into the end zone, which is also really a hard thing to do. Being right at the end zone line and putting it in there. The Panthers did that with grace, which means they're back on defense now and down 2 points. Todd walking the disc up to the brick mark as it landed out of bounds.
They're waiting to go. Todd setting up position here. Throws it up. Forza throws it deep anyway. Is Italy going to get there? She does get there. What a quick strike like that. They make it 8-11 Scram.
She gets there with ease. That throws so beautifully into space.
Some people might say easy. GG on that point for Scram. Might agree with them, just making 2 passes to get to the score, but there's still plenty of time left. Looks like about 20 minutes left in the game if they don't get to 15 first, either team. But who's counting? Regardless, we're just having a lot of vibes here.
Of course we are. It's Windmill. All the vibes.
Vibes, vibes, vibes. Vibes and beverages to get us through the day. Hydrate, drink your water. It's hot out here, but we love to be here. And Windmill, one of the best tournaments to do it.
One of the best. I think we've talked about this before. It's the best tournament. Prove me wrong. Can't.
Ever?
Ever. Best tournament.
I'm not gonna lie, this is my first one, and I'm having a ball so far, so.
Right. It's pretty amazing.
I have no complaints.
Good.
And the disc is rolling around, and it settles with the facts coming in my face. The Roba has the disc. Sathira throws it back to Dole.
Looks like they're starting in a zone.
It's an interesting combination. The disc goes up anyway. Is it gonna stay or is it gonna die down? Is it gonna get there? And it is denied.
It's a good shot. It just floated a bit too much.
Tilly there, number 13, denying the deep shot there. Scram has an opportunity for a break here. And let's see if they can capitalize as we see Boyd walking to pick up the disc.
See a replay on that D. Just a blading throw too far out of, too high up rather. And that disc is thrown too far in front, caught and called it down. But they retracted the call, which leaves the disc with Scram.
And the trusted hands of Todd here, throwing it in the middle. Forzard. And a deep shot by Boyd downfield, but it is defended by Noel there. And it gives Panthers another opportunity.
Yeah, both of them were very deep already when that shot got up.
This replay here, not a bad decision, I think, from Boyd to chuck it down deep. But it gives the Panthers an opportunity here as we see them use it. He's moving it around to foul, uncontested. Beautiful use of hand signs right there. Zozia. The lane is cut off by Todd. Throws it to Kezia. No. Dole. Duroba. Dul. Zuza. Zozia. Zuza. Zuza. And they're halfway through the mark right now. This is with Salteria. No. Zozia. And they're at the red zone right now.
They had great flow and stopped it to get into their red zone setup. Jewel looking for an option, goes low inside into the end zone. What a throw there. Everyone just stifled because they didn't think that would get out of the hands of Jewel.
Yeah, honestly, it was kind of tilting down to the ground there. I might have thought it might have been a throwaway, but nope. Regardless of what I think, they caught it anyway, got the score, and Panthers are 9-11.
Beautiful shot. Jewel surveying her options, getting very low to get that throw off just in front of the end zone, and then just one more quick pop pass into scoring a goal.
Looks like we have some bass drums going on in the back.
Yeah, there's live music tonight.
Aw, Right now, that doesn't matter. More worried about the outcome of this game here.
Business first, party later.
This is a party for me too, so I got 2 parties to go to.
Nice.
Nice.
Good for you.
Life is grand, isn't it?
It is. Definitely is, especially when you're at Windmill.
Yeah. I agree.
We're watching our live streams at Windmill.
Is he going up? Duel throws it up. And it sails. As Todd centers it. Chucks it down deep, not afraid to throw it deep. Intended for Vicky Jones.
Too many bodies underneath there, and Panthers pick it up easily.
Durable throws it back to Duel. Duel trying to take the game over here. There's Zozia. Vidra. Zozia. Back to Vidra. It's going up. Italy trying to leap for that, but Doroba throws it. And it is down. It looks like the gust of wind picked up perfectly for Scram there to capitalize on that. And it is a turn for the Panthers. Pass intended for Izia.
And they got a bit lucky there, Scram. This Panther were on a row.
Todd here, throwing it to Jones. Jones grabbing it. Jones waving off receivers. Throws it back to Todd. Scram working within their own end zone here. Holmes throws it to Italy. That just looked like it hit the fingers and on the ground for Scram. Panthers capitalize, and is this a break? This is a break to Doroba, and that is a score. Panthers creeping back, making it 10-11. Maybe another comeback on our stream here, huh?
I'd love that. I'd live for comebacks.
Christina Corey comeback, question mark?
What are we coming back to?
Another comeback in the game. This is the second one in a row on our stream. It's good luck, I think.
True. You're right. I agree. Sorry, I haven't ever questioned it. But what you can see on Scram's side is that they're really missing a bit of structure. They lost their composure on their offense after turning it over 1 to 2 times. You know, they don't have specific roles set. So at least for this last offensive set, they weren't sure on what to do. So everyone did kind of everything, and that kind of, you know, just didn't work out well for them. So maybe they took a timeout now to get back into a better structure, remembering what they want to do, which options they want to take, and which ones they do not. Especially because they've been forcing deep shots that weren't really there. We saw it the last one. The opening play, Todd threw a deep shot into 4 people. 3 of them were defenders, just 1 offensive player. It's not ideal. You don't have to push it like that. Just, especially those deep shot decisions. They tend to be a bit risky. In general, I think a deep shot is riskier than a hard cut under. So when you're up, but then get broken once or twice, maybe don't take that deep shot immediately, or just take a very safe deep shot rather than trying to force it through. Just my opinion, though. Can do whatever.
And we are back after the timeout. Polina Dul has the disc, ready to pull. You can get this point started. As we see here with the time in the 62nd minute, games go to 70. You can feel the energy building up, the tension between what's going to happen. Are the Panthers going to level, or Scram going to make a 2-point gap? And is it going to happen within the time limit? Whittley throws it up deep. A quick shot. A couple options there. Italy looks like she's tripped. Not on purpose, of course. Entanglement of feet.
They're discussing it now. Kind of proving my point now that I made during that timeout, aren't they? Beautiful open shot. Tucking it deep. And I don't know if I'm mistaken there, but did you even look up the field to see if there was an option going, or did you just catch it and immediately hook it?
That I cannot answer. No, I think she looked and saw.
See that replay one more time.
Is a foul call again. And now we are at the 63rd minute. Might have to make a decision soon. Conserve time.
See a replay again here.
Not seeing a lot of contact there again. It might have been a trip of feet.
Yeah, it might have been before that as well. I can't see anything, but that's just my opinion.
It might have been that she clipped the back of her calf.
She herself.
We see here the multiple replays so you guys can get a look, but also we can use it for our VAR. We have players on top of players here. Maybe about 10. Again, we can kind of discuss what we think, but we can't influence the calls. I'm just a guy with the mic up here. And we are using more and more time as we got here now going to the 65th minute. Taking about 2 minutes in this call, and it looks like it's just going to go back as a contested foul.
Might just be the right outcome after talking about this call. So
at this point, I agree. Both teams, excuse me, want to just continue the game to see if they can get more points. Because even if they don't win, points are matter here for the rankings.
So everyone has to go back to the position they were in when the disc was caught.
They continue. Italy catches the disc here. Throws it to Whittley. Chucks it again. And Fozard catches the score, and that is 12-10 for Scram. After a long decision of what was going on there, the contested foul call is brought back, and Scram take about 3 passes, maybe 2 passes, to punch it into the end zone.
Well done from that Scram side to keep their composure and to punch it in, as we know they can, but a call that takes that long to be solved can often change your mentality and put your focus off a little bit, but very well done from their side to keep that composure.
And as we hear in the background too, the horn is going off, which means that the game is just about done. I believe that they're going to finish out this point. So we see that Scram has won, but it depends on what the score is. Could it be 13-10 or 11-12? And again, most people think that this might not matter in regards to the outcome of the game. However, as we mentioned before in all of game, it does matter in regards to the ranking system to see where the points line up here.
Of course it does. And Scram, as I mentioned before, is slightly above Panthers. So it will matter in terms of who will, if they either stay closer or Scram will take a bigger lead away from them, or maybe even gain a spot, depending on what the other teams are doing, how the other teams are playing out.
So you see here the Panthers going up the field.
Oh, and that's a block.
Todd picks up the disc. There's a Schrumpf looking around. Figuring out what's going on. They're moving the disc. It looks like it's a turn.
She's happy about that. Gives everyone a thumbs up. She's like, oh yeah, that was me. As Polina Dole puts that disc up into space, and it's not gonna come back in. Scram picking up that disc again.
And if you're tuning in from our other game against the Mooncatchers in Czech, Mooncatchers have won 13-9 against a strong Czech team that came second in the French Nationals last week, as well as we were there in France watching that game here. Pleasure to join here. As you can tell, we are watching the Scram and Panthers on their last points. Scram being very competitive. It was tied early in the first half. Scram taking away 8-5 at half, and now being down by 2. Panthers are trying to see if they can close the gap to make it 1 point loss instead of a 3 point loss. You see Duel going to Duel again, looking for options. And that is a score for the Panthers to make it 11-12. Great for their point differential. Zuza getting it there. Wow.
Looks like they're discussing something. I'm not sure what they're discussing.
And it also looks like, too, while the discussions are going on, we're getting updates from the other side of the field as Is No Good is playing Clapham. The game is 13-12 there for all of you following the Open Division.
Still not sure what's going on here. Well, we'll just wait for them to figure it out, whatever they are discussing.
So now we're trying to get an understanding from what's going on here. Trying to see between the two teams if they extended the play. It seems like the captains have to see if they extended the play since we started a little bit later here in the game, or if they want to go by when the horn went off.
So they came to us to ask about it, but we're not a deciding entity. They'd have to discuss it between the captains or with the volunteer in charge.
While we see happy vibes all around, hugs from the Scram players. They still get the win here, but again, the points matter, so we're trying to see which determine if they continue to play on or if they go, or...
Do they get a win? It's pretty much up in the air. Panthers might just get another chance to tie it, and that changes it on. Just in theory.
But theory. But realistically, I think they're lining up for
In
collapse.
real life. Do you see how much theory gets, how far the theory gets you? Not too far, as they have agreed to end that game now, and this is a win for Scram. Panthers getting really close And that's also the end for our coverage of today. I've been Christina Obamaya for Corey Sostre, and we will see you again tomorrow for more action, on Sunday for more action. Tune in, be a part of it, and become a patron as well. Goodbye and good night.
Starting at 9 a.m. Alti TV.
Bichon picks up, and they've got a short field. They've got another goal. It's tied up at 12. I cannot believe what I'm seeing
Can
here.
Lola Dam chase that one down? That is a score for Hartlige Elverkel. Fantastic run by Julia Love.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge.
And we believe that requires knocking down the paywall.
We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch, and we want them to go viral.
When you become a member, you enable us to improve our working relationships with tournament organisers, events and federations.
And you'll help us to produce live stories for Ultimate fans, and to generate new fans with our enhanced content.
We are a group of Ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts, and we want to bring you coverage on a more consistent basis. We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Ciao ragazzi, support the community.
Let's subscribe Ulti TV. There's lots of the videos, posting, everything. Check it out. They are the best one. Woo!
If you want to grow Ultimate Sport, become a member of Ulti TV.
Regardez Ulti TV. Deviens un membre d'Ulti TV et fais grandir ta communauté.
Stop Ulti TV. Dale-me e roguinque-me Ultimate Vendromene. Si quieres ayudar a Ulti TV, puedes ser miembro de Ulti TV.
Everyone, follow Ulti.tv on Instagram, on YouTube. They've got everything.
Best content.
Like their pictures if you love frisbee. Just do it.
We're counting on you.
Bli medlem på Ulti TV.
Became member
of Ulti TV.
Mamma mia.
Contribue au développement d'Ultimate avec Ulti TV.
Like and subscribe. Ulti TV, the best in the world.
We want to grow Ultimate.
we want to grow Ultimate. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We have our signature style 2-camera setup,
With thousands of hours of experience,
and our crew is globally dispersed to facilitate coverage everywhere around the world. We can also scale back our broadcast with just one elevated camera, or scale up with 2 fields, 2 cameras, and 2 commentators on each.
we work with local teams and we all have the same mission, to grow the sport and bring it to new people by providing live coverage and new stories.
Become a member today on our Patreon page.
And fund our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories, ideas and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Ulti.tv